You do, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thursday night?
Listen, Jeff, it's a happy Thursday if you're a Milwaukee Brewer fan. If you're an Atlanta Braves fan, I think it's time we all just take a good look in the mirror, pop out, take the cap off some beer and pour one out for the 2024 Braves team, because that was about as ugly as it gets. It's as ugly as I hope it's going to get, but it's probably going to get worse. At this point, we're just counting innings. Get Sale to 170, shut him down. Lopez already has forearm troubles. Just shut him down. Get everyone ready for next year. This has been a 4.5 month just kick to my balls that I'm done with. I didn't even watch a single pitch of today's game, Jeff. Not one.
Not a single pitch. As a Brewer fan, I have to say it was quite enjoyable to watch. It was surprising after the way the Brewers played terribly against the Nationals. It was nice to see them rebound. I think they had over 50 hits in the 3-game series, so their offense seems to be moving in the right direction, even without Yelich.
I think he had 19 walks as well, maybe 20 walks, something ridiculous like that. Yeah, I mean,
getting on base.
Listen, the Braves gave it a good effort. With not many teams could lose their number one pitcher, their best hitter for the season, and get up. And the players tried. I mean, to their credit, Ozuna has been doing a really good job keeping everyone up. But Albies, who breaks 2 different bones during a season? It's just not meant to be. I really think, Jeff, when the season the Braves had last year was so incredible that when you have that season and you choke it away in the playoffs, the baseball gods get angry and they are vengeful, and they're getting punished for it this year. And it is what it is. It's time to, as I said in my Instagram post today, spring training is 7 months away. It's time to look ahead.
Yeah, I don't blame you. The one thing I'll say is that know how these playoffs go. Anything can happen in those short series. So we'll see. I'm not completely counting them out yet, but it's been rough as a Braves fan. As a Brewer fan, I think we're in a good spot. I'm very pleased, and I look forward to the playoff run.
SFO Sox fan, I think if you saw the Braves games the last 3 days, actually the last 5 days, because remember they also got just shellacked by the Marlins over the weekend. The Marlins. I challenge anyone to name 7 players on the Marlins, including their GM. SFO Sox fan, I think you should have expected kicking the balls to prominently feature in the first few minutes tonight. Doc's cards, Matt Olson does look sad. I don't know. I hope he's okay. I hope his family's okay, but it does seem like, I don't know. I just don't know. But more importantly, Dave Dixon,
a good point here. Trout can tear a knee 2 times in a season, so I guess if he can do that.
Yeah, we play softball actually with a gentleman who tore his meniscus and then his ACL in back-to-back softball seasons. And the ACL tear took place in, of all places, hold on to your hats, the on deck circle. So at this point, anything is possible. But Dave Dixon here is right. We should be talking about this. This exciting for the Brewers.
Coming into today, Churio had multi-hit games, 11 of his last 15. And what does he do today? Hits 2 home runs. So he is, he's been on a tear. He's been as advertised. He just, like most normal players, which we've been spoiled with a few abnormal players the past couple of years, but like most normal players, normal 20-year-olds, takes a little while to adjust. And he's really adjusted now. So it's fun to watch.
Yes, it's about time. Think of things that will be fun to watch. It'll be fun to watch Jeff start hunting Jackson Churio cards, because I think it's the Chrome SSP, we've talked about it. I think it grew on both of us. I'm starting to like that image quite a bit. I think you're going to need one of those, Jeff.
I do too, and I've been thinking about that, and I've been watching him tear up the Braves pitching this series and thinking maybe I should get one sooner rather than later. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think so. Kevin, you're not wrong, but I should have been more specific. You're right. That one's on me.
Well, yeah.
While we're talking about positive things, which is something we always try to do and usually fail, Guerrero again. 3-run bomb in the first inning tonight.
Yeah,
That
we
is
haven't
exciting
talked
to see.
about it. If you guys remember, Chris and I had a bet about Vlad Guerrero when he was struggling early on in the season, which almost seems hard to remember since he's been so dominant the past month. Chris and I had a bet on his total home runs for the season. What was that, Chris?
He had 10 home runs at the time. It was either 9 or 10. And I said, and it was just nothing but ground balls. And I said, I put the over under at 21 and a half. And you took the over and I took the under. And it took about 6 weeks.
Yeah. Because I believe I had made a comment about, well, if he could just get to 30 home runs. And I think Chris's eyes rolled through his head when he was at 9 home runs. But now it's looking more likely.
Yeah, I hope he gets there. I want to see a real finish here. I want to see him just get to 40. Like, just go bananas.
That would be, well, that'd be great for the Blue Jays as well in terms of their future market abilities. I don't think Vlad's going to sign there long term, so that would really up his trade value if they decide to trade him.
Oh, Jeff, let's not say too much about that tonight. I don't want poor Jamie Kerrigan to.
Sorry, Jamie.
Have nightmares again. Hopefully they get him done. I would say the pressure on, or the presumptive contract for Bichette has taken a massive hit. So there's no reason why they can't afford Guerrero now.
That's true. Maybe they just completely cut ties with Bichette. And
SFO Sox fan, that's a very legitimate question. We actually sold a couple, but nothing big, just some little things.
We did sell some during the bottom period for sure.
Yeah.
He's so wait a second, Jared. He's a single away from the cycle tonight. Oh, hold on.
Yep.
Single away from the. So that means he's got a triple. I got to see this. That's great.
Yeah, we got to find some highlights of that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Look at him go.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, we'll have to find a video of that triple.
Yeah, it should be all over Instagram.
But speaking of other good news this week in baseball, Freddie Freeman's back in the lineup, which is a great sign for the Dodgers and baseball fans. It's also a great sign because his son is healthy enough for him to come back. So it was great to see the reception the fans gave him.
Yes, that was a great moment. A really, that's good moment. It's cool when we get some good non-baseball news, and it's sort of baseball can. I don't know if you saw the Max Strong shirts were awesome. But
things in perspective, which is great.
Yeah. Speaking of Freeman, though, Jeff and I did pick up a really nice Freeman card that we wanted to share with you guys. I put it on Instagram, so it's possible, a lot of you guys have already seen it. But this is his Atomic rookie auto.
Yes.
Hold on, Jeff, I'm going to attempt something here.
Make yourself big. There it is.
Yeah, make myself big, hide myself here. I mean, this card is just badass. I love this thing. I wish Top still did.
Are incredible.
Yeah, I wish Top still did these. Hold on, let me hide that. There we go. Yeah, so it's numbered out of 10 and has that same really cool image, and it sparkles. It's really nice.
Yep. Out of 10.
Excited.
Yeah.
I will say, I did get a message from some. There we go. From a particularly negative Instagram user who suggested that you and I might be responsible for his son's neurological issue because we bought that card. So I don't block people very often. It wasn't done in a joking way either. So, we don't need people like that in our lives, Jeff.
It wasn't done in a joking way. So this person really thinks we have the power to.
Apparently, based on the number of curse words in it and random references. Okay. So some information we got. So, so this is a PSA 9 to answer Jeff's question. And it's Pop 3. There's 3 PSA 9s, and that's it. I don't think there are any at BGS. I don't think there's any at SGC.
And no PSA 10s, right?
No PSA 10s.
Yeah.
No. Doc's cards. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, man. It does prompt a pretty visceral physical reaction.
Yeah, and Filmington does make a good. Why do we need the Atomic? We've got the purple speckle, right?
That's a great point too. Yeah, I mean, just as many fans, just as much longevity. Ugh, God, that purple speckle, man.
So Tanner says, block that guy twice. And Will says, half the people don't believe in or understand science, so can't say I'm surprised by that nasty IG note. Yeah, there's more belief in voodoo than science.
Yeah, Will, couldn't agree more. By the way, if anyone in here is a big Freddie Freeman fan, I'm going to out myself at the level of dorkdom. I was talking to Jeff about this before, but I figure someone here might know. I tend to peruse PSA prop reports when we'll say, sitting down. And I don't have much else to do. So I was looking at Freddie Freeman's Topps Chrome PSA prop report, and there's a new card on there, a new huge card that was not there like a week ago. So someone out there has gemmed his red refractor rookie card out of Topps Chrome. Not the auto, but the base red refractor. I don't know how that's possible, but I am really I need to see this card. So if anyone knows who has it, I would love to just see a picture of it. I think that's really cool.
As we've talked about many times, centering wasn't a strong suit for Topps in the early 2010s, and especially on those Freeman cards. So I'd love to see the centering on that.
Red me too.
Gem.
Vingons, I highly recommend find someone from either 2011 Topps Chrome or Finest. Those are two incredible designs. The colors and the parallels are great.
What a great year. Yeah.
There's a ton of really big name players in there too. It's a great kind of like the end of some careers, the beginning of others. Really good checklist.
I would like to answer Zuckerman here. So Chris has talked a lot of times about building relationships in the hobby and becoming friends with people because you never know what cards might show up that you might be interested. And that's how we came to come across this card or found this card available.
Yes, it was a fellow Freddie Freeman fanatic from Georgia that we made other deals. We made trades. We've bought. I think he actually bought a card from us as well. We've gone back and forth quite a few times. Really, really nice guy. And he just decided it was his birthday, I think, last week, and he was just whatever. He had already moved a lot of Freeman stuff when the signing with the Dodgers happened. So he just decided it was time. I think maybe he was going to take a nice trip for his birthday or something. So he listed some one of ones on eBay. I believe his Instagram account is South GA Braves fan. If you want to check him out, he's got some amazing pictures of some of the Freeman stuff he used to have. Check out his eBay. There's some printing plates. I think there's a red canary one of one at a Bowman Sterling he listed. So he still has some amazing stuff, but you can't fault someone for cashing out and taking his family to Europe or something.
Yeah, so it's not a card you see often for sale. And so when we knew it was going to be available, Chris and I talked and thought it's one we definitely have to add.
Absolutely. Yeah. When he told me he was willing to list it, I was like, all right, Jeff, what can we sell?
Right.
So we did. We actually sold 2 other Freemans to get most of the way there. Because at that point, like, if there's a big card you want and you have some smaller cards of a player and you can kind of work your way up the ladder, I think that's a great move. Give me a second here. Chad L asks, are Bowman Sterling 2011 autos sticker autos? Yes. Even the one of ones are sticker autos, unfortunately. It's a cool design. But the Freddie Freeman base card is cool, but those sticker autos are painful, Jeff.
No, stick with Finest or Chrome.
Agreed. Yep. Yeah, Vingons, absolutely. The battery, you would remember. I think you'd remember, unless you got so drunk you didn't, in which case that's great for us. But you were sober enough price. So good job on your part.
SFO Sox fan. Yeah. For this background, I'm actually visiting my parents. So I'm in the Midwest enjoying this nice, cool evening. Probably hear the bugs chattering in the background or the wind chimes. But I couldn't miss blabbing. So the Wi-Fi is not great out here, so I may freeze up from time to time, but still worth it being on here.
Yeah, I grew up in New Jersey. I miss the nighttime sound of bugs.
Oh,
it's just that's a weird thing to say, but when you're in Southern California, we don't get that. We get occasional crickets, hummingbirds during the day, which are great, but you miss that kind of buzz at night.
Yeah, and the cicadas are out in full effect, so it's pretty nice. Yeah. And yes, 115 heat index for Professor's Dugout in Florida. It's beautiful here. I've been here about a week, and it was really hot and humid. When we got off the plane, my 8-year-old daughter got off the plane, and she's like, why do I feel wet? It just was like walking off into this jungle atmosphere. But now it's beautiful. Humidity's gone. We got a nice breeze. So yeah, it makes me long for those Midwestern nights. I'll have to bring them back.
Yeah. Doc's cards. I wish I had veneers like Freddie Freeman. It's on my to-do list. We'll see. We need some good card sales in the fall. Maybe a Christmas gift to myself and my wife, and anyone who has to look at me. So you guys too, actually, get some.
Oh
nice
no!
veneers out of it.
You can invest in some veneers to look like Freddie.
Yeah, maybe. I heard you can go down to Mexico and in a weekend they'll do it, and it's like $800 for the whole mouth.
I'm sure that's high quality too.
Right. Yeah. So Bazooka Tom, you are correct. There will only be the atomic design is only going to be in sapphire from now on.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. And unfortunately, I would love that idea, Jeff, if they just gave us like one sapphire set.
Yeah.
We don't need 5, or it's possibly more. I don't know. It's too much sapphire.
It's too bad. It is too bad. Yeah, too much sapphire.
Oh, see? All right, Vinny, I'm with you, buddy. We had cicadas actually one year I was in like junior in high school was one of the 17-year cicadas, and we still talk about it in my family, like absolute insanity. Like they were ankle deep on my street for 2 weeks.
I saw people in Illinois were shoveling them the other day, just trying to get through it. But Jeff, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He's in Appleton, 70 and breezy. That's about what it is here, a little bit south.
Wow. I think Kate won Series 2. That's a fantastic card. But you're right that the sticker is a bummer. But maybe you could like cash out of that and get the heritage, like a red ink heritage that's on card of Soto.
Yes. Yeah.
Instead, I bet you could probably get similar prices.
So is that a retro design on the silver pack?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's that. Okay. What is it? Are they at 89 this year?
89 now? Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to touch on a couple cards I saw on Instagram, but just a few other questions here that I thought we could hit first. Vinny, yes, no more Atomics and Bowman's Best. Those are gone. And Doc's cards with a Braves managerial question. Who's going to replace Snit after he hangs it up? So he's not going to retire this year, and they're certainly not going to fire him. It's not his fault by any means. If anything, he's probably holding the clubhouse together and keeping everyone from, drinking the Kool-Aid. But I would say, I think Travis d'Arnaud long-term will be the next lengthy Braves manager, but he's playing so well. It's hard to see him hanging it up, anytime soon. So in between there, I don't know.
All right, let me see. I'm going to see if I can get some lights on in here. I'll be right back.
No problem. Professor's Dugout, yes. 1 Topps Chrome Sapphire, 1 Bowman Sapphire, and that's all we need. We don't need Sapphire Update, Bowman Sapphire, Bowman Chrome Sapphire, Bowman Draft Sapphire. At that point, it's just too much Sapphire. And I'm sick of saying Sapphire, more or less, buying it and ripping it. Ay. Okay.
Truly, yeah.
Oh my God, Kate, how many boxes did you open? Good Lord. I mean, those are sticker autos, but when you're pulling stuff out of a pack like that, that's incredible. A Gunner and a Soto, both gold. Are you
going to keep ripping or are you going to quit while you're ahead?
Yeah, assuming. I mean, she might be like 4 cases deep, Jeff. We shouldn't assume she's ahead.
Yeah.
We want to say she's ahead, but Jamie Kerrigan says, where does Alex Cora go this offseason? He just signed an extension, so he's not going anywhere. The Red Sox love him. The clubhouse loves him. Devers loves him. That's a match that's not. Their
future's looking a little brighter than people thought.
It sure is.
Yeah, they're going to be. Hold on. So Kate says she bought 50 silver packs. Great. That seems to be a good way to open some things up that might hold some good cards or value. How'd you get a hold of 50 silver packs, though?
That's interesting, Jeff, because we have been, with the recent news out there, we would almost for sure tell people not to buy loose packs.
Right.
But maybe a top silver pack is tough to scan, or it's not worth the effort to scan. I don't know.
Probably not at this point.
I'll take two gold all-star autos. So that sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm quite certain those hadn't been scanned if those were still in the packs.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So speaking of Freddie Freeman acquisitions, as I always am, 2 of our Instagram buddies recently also acquired a couple Freddie Freemans that I just wanted to mention. I want to kind of highlight the collector aspect of some of these things that we're seeing versus people trying to invest, if you will.
Okay.
So this is our buddy Ephus Pitch has developed kind of a new card fetish, if you will, for these minis. And so this is a pretty cool Freddie Freeman mini. That's numbered out of 20. It's a wood mini. He's wearing that damn Dodger uniform, but no cards. Perfect, Jeff. But I thought this is interesting because this is a guy that we've known for a while. And because of other people's collecting strategies online, largely, I think Ginter Wood Minis and the Ginter community as a whole, which is pretty passionate and very fun to follow. Ginter Gold's another guy you guys really should be following. He sort of developed an interest in these cards, got some in hand, and now he loves them, Jeff.
So yeah, it's interesting because, like you said, we've been used to seeing EFIS pick up some flagship black parallels and things of that nature. This seems a little outside the typical EFIS comfort zone, but it's a great looking card.
Yeah, and he sent a bunch into SGC, and I will say, generally, Jeff and I do prefer PSA for obvious reasons. We don't need to debate that, but like in SGC holders, these minis, something about the black background, like with the PSA slab, Jeff, it's all clear, but a mini and an SGC slab does look pretty good. I
have to agree
Professor's
with that.
dugout here. Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Oh. I like that.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that was one. Our next Freddie Freeman pickup. I guess we're going to hear a lot of that. All right. Comes from. Where is it? No. Yes. All right. We've talked about this particular parallel before.
Yeah.
Heritage Blacks are very popular. And our good buddy Clean Cards 5 here is going for, I think, the full Freddie Freeman run. And this card just looks great. Like this design, 75 tops, fantastic. But with the black, especially, like, I don't know, but the Dodgers pops, that all-star star pops. This looks really good.
That is a great looking card. Yeah. Wow.
And I can appreciate Freeman's mouth being closed to avoid further distraction. Okay. All right. I also wanted to highlight two other things. So this gentleman here, this is 1980s Cards with Dan. Okay. He recently purchased this Cliff Lee Star Rookies autograph. It's hard to remember how great Cliff Lee was for a brief period of time.
He was the top of his game, and he was a little bit like a DeGrom before DeGrom. Yeah,
but left-handed. And that when he pitched against the Yankees, I think he induced that pop-up that he just caught on the mound. I was immediately just full of nothing but like respect and admiration for the casual way that he caught that pop-up. And I think it was like in the World Series. Yeah, it was just almost like he was like disgusted with the hitter for even attempting. But Cards with Dan writes in his caption here, and this is kind of what I wanted to mention. Is there a huge demand for this card? Probably not, but it's perfect for my PC.
Oh, that's great.
And that kind of resonated with me. I think we've all collected cards that fit that exact description. If anything, we all should be collecting more cards that fit that description.
Agreed. That seems to be a smart way to collect, especially in this era of so many parallels. I mean, he's got a nice numbered auto there. It's big, bold auto. That's great. Yeah.
Guy he PCs, and this card that he loves probably costs significantly less than an aforementioned purple speckle refractor auto of a 2024 rookie who may or may not be in baseball in 2 years.
Right.
So collect what you like is, I think, always a great advice. And to that end, Jeff, I recently picked up a card that I know my wife would not approve of. The Bugs do not like Cliff Lee. M. Parsons is right. So as I said before, the Braves are in the toilet. It is what it is. And Albies has broken 2 separate bones this year, which is pretty unusual for a baseball player, Jeff.
It is unusual.
So there's been one Albies card that I've always wanted to get, but it's been very, very expensive because it's cool. However, demand for Albies cards has probably never been lower than it is right now.
Yeah.
I hope it never will be lower than it is right now, but even if it is, so I picked up this, I'm going to try to hold it up so you guys can see it. This is a 2018 Bowman Chrome. It's his image variation rookie auto. So if you can see this number right there, it's numbered out of 25. And there's only a super. So there's only 26 of this image with this auto on it. So that gets me really excited. So I was thrilled to pick this card up for like almost like 15, 20% of what it would have been about 6 months ago.
And probably less than a hobby box of some of these products like Finest.
Significantly less than a hobby box of any product that Topps has released this year that I'm aware of. So I think that's great. I love this idea of these image variations with autos, and there's only 25 and no parallels. I wish they had more players that did it, but in 2018, there is an Ohtani. The one where he's carrying that bag that looks like a golf bag.
Yeah.
So there's 25 of those autos in a super, so 26 total. And there's one on eBay if you guys want to take a look. I think the guy wants like 60 grand, 70 grand for it. But I was having this conversation with someone else, and it's such a unique, weird card, like a very niche card, Jeff.
Yeah.
So if you could choose one, which Ohtani would you rather have? His orange refractor out of 25 with that hitting image, or the image variation auto out of 25 with the bat carrying image?
Oh, we have similar Devers cards.
Yes.
I would say, because of what you're talking about in terms of explanations and things, I would probably go with the orange. I feel like that would be easier to move.
Yeah, I think so too. Definitely easier to move, easier for everyone to know what it is. And even that Ohtani card that has such that cool image, people know that image, but it does usually take an extra step to kind of explain why this is rare. And while I love that aspect of a card, it does, like you said, it's extremely hard to move, or it can be extremely hard to move.
Yeah, and we're talking about buying cards for your PC, cards that you appreciate, which I get, but at the same time, I feel it's a little irresponsible if you're spending a lot of money, that much, and don't have some sort of exit strategy for whatever happens in your life, and you need, what did you say? Those are like $60,000.
Yeah,
if you need that money. Yeah, I would hope you'd have an exit strategy in mind. For something like
and
that.
yes, other than emailing me, there should be an exit strategy. So ATL Jeff Black says he'd prefer the orange.
I want to, Zuckerman. It is 25.
Yes.
And it's numbered to 25, but it is just a refractor. So people are.
Oh, it's not even a refractor, Jeff. There's no refraction. No refraction.
So it's just like a base looking card with the auto and the stamp. So yes, it takes a little more explaining.
Yeah, I mean the hardcore collector knows. The casual guy who's looking for gold, orange, red probably wouldn't know exactly what it is. I'd rather have a fully loaded Jeep Grand Cherokee. I mean, well, yeah.
Hard to argue. Hard to argue, Stephen.
You can't. There's very little functionality in that.
A little more utility with your Jeep Cherokee. Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I will also say about this Albies card, another reason that I when I initially saw the Bowman Chrome image, the image variation image, let me say image more, I was bummed because it's the same image that they used on his Topps SP. Exactly the same shot. But that they added autos to it, I think that almost makes it cooler. So this image is in 2 sets, but there's only autos in 1. So that's kind of fun.
For sure.
Yeah. One thing I do love is like Tim's SF Giants fan mem. When you see a stat like this, you know who it is immediately. Like we're talking Ohtani. I believe it was against the Detroit Tigers, maybe one of the greatest doubleheaders of all time.
Yeah, I mean, we may be getting ahead of ourselves, but one thing we did want to talk about is how Ohtani is still on fire and looking like a sure bet for 40-40 this year, and what that could do to his cards, man. Because if he's going to pitch again next year and still hit like this, I don't know.
I don't know either, but I mean, maybe the card's a better buy than the fully loaded Jeep Grand Cherokee, because once you drive that Cherokee off the lot, Jeff, it's immediately worth less than you paid for it.
All right, that's coming up in the comments. That's what Doc says. Vehicles are a depreciating asset, although it was countered by the professor and Steven that said cards are mostly a depreciating asset too, which for 95% of cards, that's true.
That is very true. Although it's also worth noting, Jeff, the card will require less annual upkeep than the vehicle. You don't have to pump gas into your card. You don't have to take your card to the car wash. Usually it's just one wipe down and we're good. So other things to consider if we're actually debating an either or scenario here.
True.
But yeah, I do think Ohtani's cards do have some room. I think people are going to forget that he does both. And as soon as he starts doing it again next year, fingers crossed he can do both and stay healthy.
Yeah.
That team is going to be loaded again.
Yeah, like Zuckerman said, Triple Crown is still a possibility even, which...
Oh, yeah. And that would be absolutely amazing if a guy who led off for half the season leads the NL in RBIs. Like, that's just absurd. Absolutely absurd. Andrew Applebaum with a really cool card, the Flaherty 2018 Bowman Chrome image variation auto.
So that's a Cardinals card, right? I can't picture what
I can't picture the image, but yeah, definitely with the Cardinals. Yeah. I wish Acuna had one, Jeff, but I'm also glad he didn't, because I would have spent a lot of money on it and it would now be worth less than what I spent on it. So it's probably for the best that that card doesn't exist.
All right, Kevin, this is interesting. I just got to highlight it, Kevin. I think you're going to get some blowback in the chat. Hot take, but not really. But Ohtani, although is having a career year, he's struggling at the plate and has a bit too many 0 for 4 or 5 games, which is crazy because he's a front runner NL MVP. Well, he's not having too many of those because he's near the top in batting average as well as on base percentage. I don't know, Kevin. I mean, you might be trying to talk people down, so maybe you can get a cheaper one. But
I mean, he was 0 for 4 or 0 for 5 yesterday, so maybe there's a little bit of a recency bias. I mean, he's had some off games for sure, but he is in the Triple Crown conversation, so we have to assume he's had more good games than bad games.
Yeah, so I can't agree with you there. So there's more Ohtani talk in the chat, which makes sense. This sounds cool. So the Flaherty is of him swinging, which we talked about this last week. We're talking about images of pitchers swinging, and yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Bowman Chrome variation. What else are people saying about Ohtani?
All right, so God is great. Congratulations. He's at 3,500 Ohtani cards already. I think Will's just picked up big Ohtani last month. We'll put up on IG soon. Great. Can't wait to look for that. Kate asks, are we worried if Ohtani doesn't have a top 3 finish in Cy Young, that people will quickly forget how good he is as a pitcher? Without hardware, kids born in 2015 won't know he's amazing. Oh, yeah, look at that picture.
Found it. Really cool card.
Never seen it. That's great.
No, I would say absolutely not. I don't think he has to be that good as a pitcher. Right. He just has to be above average.
And I don't think he's going to pitch enough innings, especially next year, to be even near the top 3 in Cy Young. I think they're going to really monitor his innings and starts. So I don't anticipate him being there. But I mean, maybe there'll be a little lack of foresight or hindsight by some people, but I don't think that'll be a real issue.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have enough hardware, I think. The way we're looking at it, right? I mean, it's not over by any means, but he is the front runner for NL MVP. Shockingly, Ketel Marte is right behind him.
Which somebody mentioned in the chat, maybe Doc. Yeah, surprising to see him there,
but yeah, he could very easily go into next year with 3 MVPs, which puts him in already. That's rarefied air right there. That list is real short, real short. If anyone wants to look it up, I want to say there's like 6 or 7 Major League Baseball players that have 3. And if he can give us 120 innings next year and come close to repeating this offense, a 4th would be tough to deny.
Yeah.
I mean, all he really has to do is stay healthy, Jeff.
Yeah, that's it. Stay healthy. And he's still young enough that he's going to put a few seasons together like this, I would imagine.
And he's going to have all sorts of postseason exposure and all the time in the world to get some postseason hardware to go with his World Baseball Classic MVP, at least 1, possibly 2 of those already. Yeah, I mean, and let's not have that historic achievement award from the commissioner. That honestly does matter. Silver Sluggers. I mean, the list is just.
Yeah, man. He's gonna have plenty of hardware, I think. Professor says if you had to pick between Jackson Merrill, Jackson Sherry, or Paul Skenes for Rookie of the Year, who would you pick? Well, despite my hometown bias, I would still say Skenes has shown the most, even though he hasn't pitched all season. Although Churio's closing the gap, and I believe Merrill had a huge game. Was that last night or the night before? So I was going to say he's closing the gap on him, but they're similar in WAR. They're both were at like 2.1 WAR last I looked, but Churio had 2 more home runs today. So I feel like Churio's right there or passing him. And with what he's done for the Brewers, I think he might get a few more votes than Merrill. But I think it's still Skenes to lose.
Yeah, I think so too. Skenes has just been such a great story. I mean, he's basically Doc Gooden in 1984, or maybe not quite that good, but real good.
Still. Yeah,
real close. It's Skenes to lose, like Jeff said. If the Pirates fall out of it, maybe they shut him down sometime in September. And if Merrill's team makes the playoffs, or Churio and Merrill both make the playoffs, I mean, it's going to be close. I don't think it'll be a runaway. All 3 guys are going to get votes, but right now,
speaking of Jackson Holiday's looked much better since he came back up, so I'm happy for that kid too.
Happy for anyone, Jeff, who bought after the demotion, right?
Yes, that those smart buyers who bought after his horrific first appearance in the bigs.
Yep.
Yes, Wills. That's yes, minus the cocaine, hopefully. Minus the cocaine plus a gymnast. Miguel, not picking up any Skenes. If you've been watching the show for a while, you know that Chris and I have had bad luck with pitchers, and we're just kind of staying away.
Yeah, the last 2 pitchers we bought some Spencer Strider cards, which you can tell by looking at me, I was a little bit biased on that one. And we bought some Garrett Cole, so probably not going to be buying any Paul Skenes. I am very curious what his Golden Mirror SSP will look like from Topps update, and I'm guessing he might have an SSP and Chrome update too. Maybe. Fingers crossed, Jeff. He's got a cool card in Stadium Club. I wonder if they'll get him in that.
Yeah.
So we have no plans to buy a Paul Skenes, but if he has I don't know, if his Stadium Club image variation is like the first pitch of the All-Star game, that's probably asking too much. But that's going to be a tough card to not purchase. It really is going to be hard to watch that one go by.
Kate, that's a good point. I know he and Mary Lou Retton had a good friendship in that time period. So.
What a name drop, Jeff.
Yeah.
Olympics. All right. SFO Sox fan would like to ask about an Ohtani rookie card on eBay he's been eyeing. But hot damn, every time we mention a card, it vanishes. Someone bought that Devers card.
Great
it was
buy.
Not me. It was not me.
It was not me either. I hope they were thinking about buying a finest box and then saw our video and were inspired by that. That's a great pickup.
Yes. There was under $300, I think. Well, with eBay fees, once you make an offer, I mean, that just seems insane.
Yeah.
What a great buy for whoever bought that. Hopefully they're in here. Maybe not. Anyway.
D'Lo
Yep.
is throwing Mason Wynn in there. Yeah, he's got huge defensive WAR. He's really been carrying the weight defensively, but I don't think that'll do it for voters, especially the way the Cardinals are playing. But maybe if they make a run, maybe.
Yeah, it's true. And there's other guys talking about Guerrero, maybe possibly getting more hype. Guerrero this was Hawks prize picks. I'm a little behind in the comments, Jeff. If you were on a bigger team, the Blue Jays are a big team. I mean, we talk about markets. The Blue Jays have an entire country to themselves. It's a pretty big market. But yeah, I mean, if they were doing better, you're right. It's crazy to me that the nucleus they've had for the last 3 years, Jeff, and I don't think they won a playoff game with it. It's really too bad. I'm sorry, Jamie Kerrigan. I don't mean to twist the knife.
It's been rough, yeah, and some big disappointments on the mound. Maybe they'll have some reinforcements coming. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do going forward, though.
Yeah, Docs cards with a kind of a late dark horse here. Fitzgerald on the Giants. If you're a fantasy baseball player, you probably know who this guy is. And if you don't, then he probably beat you in the last couple of weeks in your head-to-head leagues because good Lord.
Yeah.
There was a really funny thing on MLB Central, the Lauren Shahadi show, which I happen to be watching fairly regularly for some mysterious reason. But Mark DeRosa showed, I think Fitzgerald has 11 home runs, 10 or 11 home runs, something like that. They are all on the same pitch. It's insane. They're all like a little up and a little bit in, every single one of them. And he went through one, and I think it was either him or the other guy is like, throw him something else.
Well, that gives credence to how some of these guys do so well their first time through the league. I'm thinking of Hira's 2018. second half, and then they're just able to tail off so precipitously when the league finally gets video on them.
Yeah. I wanted to just highlight this comment here, Jeff, and the amount of words in it that I don't understand. I don't know what this is. I don't know who that is. I don't know what the UEFA is.
Oh, that's soccer.
Oh,
that's soccer. So I don't know who Lamine Yamal is, but Wonder Kids.
Yeah, he's asking like if rookie inserts are valuable. They can be. I mean, if it's numbered, if it's cool looking, it's not going to be as valuable as like, a low numbered parallel of his regular card, just generally speaking. But I mean, it just depends how rare the insert is. The rarer, the better.
Typically, Topps doesn't really short print inserts a whole lot, but if that's one of them, that could be great.
Oh my, flawed thinker. What on earth? Wow. That's got to be one of like the 50 best cards or most in demand cards you could pull.
An auto. Wow. I have no reason to sell. I'm just so young and I'm not a fortune teller. Yeah, that's a great card. I don't know.
You could probably, I assume if you put that up for bids, it's crossing $1,000 right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. There's plenty of, if you don't love the guy, he's on fire right now.
Yeah. I wonder how much his prices have bounced back. Because typically, as we've talked about with prospects or rookies, if you sell right when they come up, that's the best time to sell. Otherwise, there's usually a pretty big lull. Maybe he'll get a second boost because this is the second time up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a Jackson Holiday collector either. I don't think Jeff, like if I pulled that card, I would sell it and or try to trade it into someone I did PC. I want to like put it towards an Ohtani, put it towards not another Freeman, maybe a nice Soto or something. I don't know, but that's fantastic. Congrats on that pull, man. That's incredible. If you could, I would love to see it. If you want to shoot either Jeff or I a message on IG, I'd love to just see that card.
Yeah, that would be fun to see.
Because some of the reds, one of the things we liked about Topps Chrome this year is the color refractors look great with that design. Yep. They really do look good. Kevin Morales agrees on the pitcher investment issue. A couple people in here, Jeff, we're watching that Devers card too. So I apologize if someone snatched that up. What else we got here? Okay. Go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say Sam picked up the card we were just talking about. So nice pickup. Yeah. There's going to be fewer of those out there for me to get. All right. Delo's really selling Mason Wynn. Okay. Well, Cheerios numbers are a little higher after today. I don't know. You're not going to sell me that Wynn's going to get more votes than either of those two guys.
Yeah.
And Skenes.
He's been good. He gets the amount
I'm on my fantasy team, so I've been watching him closely all year. But
Will Sports with two names from the past, all-time hot starts: Kevin Moss and Jeff Francoeur. Yeah, the Fitzgerald is right in there. Man, I remember that Kevin Moss summer. Even being in Massachusetts at the time, boy, his cards were insane. That Upper Deck card was a $20 card.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see. Hopefully for San Francisco fans, you can hang on to that. Yeah.
Flawed thinker. You're getting a lot of positive comments here. Dave wants you to sell it. SFO Sox fan says great pull, but it's up to you. Obviously, we don't want to give you straight up advice, like investment advice.
No.
Yeah. I will also say though, flawed thinker, I like the mystery if it's an image variation. For the most part,
I like the mystery too, but you have to be very careful. Like this was an issue when the Fun Face cards came out because we didn't know if they were going to be really rare or not so rare. Were they going to be SSPs or SPs? So you definitely have to be careful.
Yes. All right. Real quick here, we're going to talk about Strider. I didn't sell my Striders. I still have him. I think he'll come back and he'll be all right. He'll be fine. He's still super young, and the rest of his body is in great shape, especially the glutes. Okay, but battery. Check out my Instagram. I kind of dove into this. Topps hates Spencer Strider, and I don't know why this is, but most of his rookie cards are the same image. So they cropped them differently for a couple, but even the ones that came out like that Platinum Topps Chrome Platinum, which came out like 9 months after the other ones. They just cropped the same image closer. I don't know how that works. I do not know how that works. I talked to someone who worked for like Getty Images and someone else who at one point did work for Topps. And they said that really the people in charge of different sets weren't communicating with each other about what images they were using. He's like, but the odds of them all choosing the same image, like that seems impossible. So yeah, it drives me nuts. It's one of the reasons I really like the, hold on. I like the hitting image SP because it's different. But yeah, It's all the same. It's all the same picture. I put up a reel, I think, just going through every single set that used the same picture, and it's nuts. I really never seen anything like that. And he was good as a rookie. Like it, this wasn't Cody Thunderbunk.
Yeah, Chris's favorite name drop.
Just the one.
Oh, Kevin's wondering what's in the cup tonight.
Oh,
did you make your way through the whole bottle already last week or after through the Brave series?
This might trouble you to see, Jeff. Are you ready? All right. Again, this is the 1.75. This is the Costco Big Boy.
Yeah. That's a lot of Braves games to drink through. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many walks and extra base hits and Soler bobbles in the outfield I can possibly handle. But I'm health conscious, as you know, Jeff. I don't want the extra sugar. So I am mixing this with a little Coke Zero.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. You still get the caffeine punch.
That's right.
All right, Andrew and Kate, I get it. You guys love win. All right. Yeah, it's surprising how big Win's difference is with B War and F War. And he's good. Yeah, and probably underrated, but I just don't think he's gonna finish ahead of those other guys.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes Rookie of the Year, by the way, it's not necessarily who's the best player. Like it can certainly be who has hype. Like just,
and it's not war based.
Correct.
As much as MVPs are.
Jeff, Kate also in the comments mentioned a card that I'm going to try to pull up here. There we go. Hold on. Yeah. So this is Paul Skenes. So I can make it a little bigger. Which one? This one. There we go. So this is his Bowman Draft image variation autograph.
So are these numbered?
Yes, to 99.
Okay.
If I read the description correctly. These are really cool. If they do this sometimes, like Kelnick had one of these too, right? I think you have one. Like he's throwing instead of the usual hitting.
But they took the first off there for some.
They did. They did. They do that. They do that for the variations. I don't know why. But I will say, Kate, you're right. I like this image. This is cool. Pictures with mustaches, like Strider's mustache. I want it to be more prominently featured. I'm still hoping we're going to get like an SSP where he's standing with fans that all have the fake mustache, because that was a thing they did last year. They handed out like fake mustaches and people just wore fake mustaches to games he was starting. I would love to see a card of him with a bunch of those fans. That would be an absolute must buy. And if there's an auto of it, my head would explode. But yes,
I don't know why they removed the first. It's ridiculous.
It's really annoying. Like that's just dumb. And it's one of those things that then down the road makes it a little tougher to sell, right, Jeff?
Yep, absolutely. Because people say, well, it's not his first. What is it? Just another prospect card? Or did it come from the later Bowman set that year? Chris, is that an active price?
Correct. That is the active asking price. Yes. And I
think it's on card, right? Jared says it's a sticker.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. This is indeed a sticker autograph.
Thank you, Jared. Wow. Yeah, I can't see from here. It looked on card.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're talking about, maybe it's possible, Jeff, that Topps doesn't consider, maybe they don't consider the image variations to be, maybe it's not the same card in their mind. So it doesn't get the first. Maybe they think they're insert cards. I don't know, but I wish they would keep the first. I know of all people, Wander Franco's image variation with the bat on the shoulder, that one they kept the first on that one.
Of course they did.
Of all people, right? But I will say, unfortunately, for this really cool Paul Skenes card, as much as it looks great, the fact that there's no first and the fact that there is a sticker autograph really hurts it.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it hurts the card.
Yeah, you're right, Jared.
But Kate, you're right. That's a great image.
So BFG, Chris is looking for a sponsor. So if you're from Coke and want to sponsor the show, Speaking of which, we had a comment on here.
Coke and Jack Daniels, by the way, either one could sponsor us.
Either one, yeah.
Either one. It's the healthy, the conscious, the calorie counters drink.
Hawks, this is so cool that you want to send over a gold 50 Spence, but I don't even know what that is.
Well, it's either Strider or Schwellenbach. Either way, I'd be thrilled to have that.
Spence from a Spence. Yeah, so hit us up on Instagram. That would be awesome.
Yes. Indeed, we do have a
Spence from a Spence, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Hawks Prize picks. His name is Spencer. Jeremy Smallwood.
Warren.
Okay,
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, Jeremy Smallwood, we actually talked about a Smallwood mini card about 20 minutes ago. Don't know if you saw it or not. Terrible joke. Not to jump into reliever. Ben Joyce looks really fun. It was like 104.5 or something. Nasty. Yeah, if you picked him up in fantasy, that's great. I will not be buying any of his cards, though, because I feel like your elbow and shoulder cannot possibly withstand this. At least mine can't, for goodness sake. Mine can barely handle a day in the life of someone who doesn't play baseball. All right,
yeah,
Jeff.
how long is that arm going to hold on?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. We got some Spence. They're saying it's Spencer Torkelson.
Oh, God, I forgot about him.
Maybe we can. SFO Sox fan has a couple, too. Well, good. Maybe we can start our own PC. Warren, this is really cool. If you've never been to American Family Field, formerly Miller Park, it's a great place to watch a game. It's really good. I don't have any suggestions for where to eat. I'm a little out of touch with the Milwaukee dining, but there's great places to eat at the game, especially if you like brats. So definitely check out some of the eateries at the game and have fun.
That's what she said. Sports cards. Anyone remember collecting pitching phenom? I'm not sure if there's more to this.
Yeah. Then it came up later. It was Todd Van Poppel.
Oh, Todd Van Poppel, Brian Taylor. I mean, the list.
Brian Taylor, yeah.
The list goes on. There are some really. If you follow, I don't remember his name. If you follow Rookie Central on Instagram, and I assume you all, if you're on Instagram, you should. He has great stories about these cards. But David Clyde. That's who it was. The Texas Rangers drafted this high school kid, and he was basically the Paul Skenes of his day. But they used him as like an attendance draw rather than develop him, and they just wrecked him in like 18 months. And it's really sad. Rookie Central had a really great breakdown of him and his rookie card. I would love to know what that 74 Topps card, I think it was, what the hype around that thing was like back in the day, Jeff.
Yeah, Clyde, that's a great call. Yeah, the Rookie Central write-up on that was great and really kind of sad, just seeing what could have been. Yeah.
I mean, I think in today's game there might be lawsuits if a draft pick was treated like that.
Yeah,
but back then,
the agent sure would have something to say about it.
Oh, that's very true. Very true.
All right.
Hold on. I wanted to click on Kevin's thing. Kevin Morales says Jeff's reaction to seeing that bottle was, "Oh Lord, he's at it again."
It was pretty impressive to see how much has gone out of that new bottle. But Braves had a rough week.
Yeah, Kevin, I think you nailed Jeff's expression. You hit the nail on the head there. It's an expression I've seen quite a bit from Jeff, if I'm being honest, and it's all deserved. But anyway.
Oh man.
Okay, hold on. A lot of caps in there.
Through right and left. Yeah.
That's right. I'm way behind on the comments here. Okay. Oh, Strider, of course. It's the choice of a new generation. It's like the third Wayne's World reference I've gotten. Hold on. I want to put up Doc's cards here. It's pop culture is weird, Jeff, because you can go years without hearing anything, but this is the third Wayne's World reference that I've gotten today. Someone sent me a video on Instagram of Rob Lowe talking about how he never breaks in anything that he films. Like, so all those Parks and Rec outtakes with Chris Pratt, like he's never in them because he will not break. And he said he made it like a personal rule when he was filming Wayne's World. He and Dana Carvey had a scene, And in the middle of it, Dana Carvey's Garth is working on this robotic hand, and the hand moves. And as Garth is talking, or Dana Carvey is talking to Rob Lowe, he just starts smashing the hand with a hammer. And Rob Lowe said he laughed. He couldn't breathe. He said he wrecked the scene. He wrecked like 5 takes. He could not get through it. And he felt so unprofessional and embarrassed that he made it a personal rule he will never laugh during a take again. And he actually recently said that he talked to Dana Carvey. He's like, why was that even in the scene? And Dana Carvey was like, I just thought it was funny. It has nothing to do with anything, but it's absolutely hilarious. Anyway.
So it was probably his goal to make Rob Lowe crack.
Probably. But yeah, extremely funny. Yeah. They did show the clip. It was on the Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen has a podcast, which is actually really interesting. And
he's got great guests. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, they showed that clip, and it's just, that clip is hilarious. Oh, Kevin, you're not kidding. I joke with Jeff's wife that she actually has 4 kids, because I'm over at his house all the time and just making Jeff revert to his childhood as well. But anyway, oh, what do we got here? All right, hold on. We got an Acuna question. Jeff, what do you think about the price point here?
Somebody's gonna have to do the math.
Well, it's less, probably like $240, give or take. Yeah, I think it's a great buy. What do you think, Jeff?
I gotta feel like it's near the bottom, so
it's got to be close to the bottom. We actually, Jeff and I bought that card raw for more than $300 Canadian, like 3 years ago. Gemmed it, then sold it for less than we bought it for, I think, and have since watched it just sink like a lead balloon. Yeah, hopefully that's got to be the bottom. I'm expecting big things when he comes back next year. But again, I mean, I might not be the most non-biased person.
Yeah.
All
right.
I mean,
are you ready for a little a trivia game?
Absolutely, Jeff.
Okay, because as I said, I went to visit my parents, and I have a binder of 1986, the 1986 top set there. So I paged through it, brought back a lot of memories. It was the first set I put together. And so what I would like to ask you guys is, without looking, how many Hall of Famers were in that set? Players, because there are a lot of managers as well, but how many players were in that set, and who were they? And I want to see how many we can name without cheating. Obviously, you're all on a computer. You could easily look, but I'd like to see some guesses how many you think there were and who they are, and see if we can get them all.
All right. I'd be better at this 3 Jack Daniels ago. But yes. 2, are we counting managers, Jeff?
No, playing only. So no managers. So no, there are another, I believe, 6 managers, but these just playing cards. And we're not talking yes, players who are in the Hall of Fame
and active.
This one.
Okay.
Yes,
so no flashback cards. Okay.
Right. Okay. Right. We're getting some names already.
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan. Yes.
You crossing these off, Jeff, as they come? Yep. Nolan Ryan. Yep.
Okay. Nolan Ryan. All right. What do we got? Who else do we got, Chris?
Hold on. I'll read them off. Eddie Murray. I think we could see on the top of your list there. Schmidt.
Yes, we got Mike Schmidt.
Boggs, Gwynn.
Here's Gwynn.
Yep. Sandberg, Ripken.
Yeah, I know they were towards the end. Well, we got Ripken.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I think Sandberg was... All right, who do you got after Sandberg?
Reggie Jackson.
Looking like
he looks like he's walking out of the set of one of the greatest baseball movies of all time, The Naked Gun. Oh, we got Sandberg.
Well, he's swinging right here.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Man, the long sleeve shirt, the sunglasses.
Yeah, look at that. The skull cap, no no ear flaps, of course.
Oh, yeah. Of course not. All right, Tom Seaver was mentioned. Tom Seaver. I don't know if you pulled that one yet.
Not yet. Here's Seaver. Okay. And remember what team he was on that year?
1986? Oh,
the
man.
86 card. I believe he played for 84, 85, and 86 for the squad.
I want to say the Red Sox.
I believe he's got I think he's got a traded card on the Red Sox in 86.
I think he does too. But yeah, the White Sox, that's right. Because remember in the 85, in the 85 Donruss set, remember they put Floyd Bannister on his card? All right, what else we got? Yes. Dave Winfield, Paul Molitor.
Yes. Great Dave Winfield card.
Oh, that is a good card.
And yes, Paulie Molitor, of course, is in there.
Oh yeah.
He's throwing the ball. His hat came flying off, making a play in the field.
What a weird picture. He looks a little squished down.
Yeah. He always had sort of those large Buster Posey hips, and he always had something in his back pocket.
He did. Looks like he's got something in his front pocket too, Jeff, but that's either here or there. Robin Yount just came up.
Yeah, we got Robin Yount.
Ricky Henderson.
Of course. And remember what team Henderson's on for this one?
1986? Man, I feel like that's got to be the Yankees.
You are right, sir.
Hey, all right. George Brett.
Yep.
Kirby Puckett.
Got a big old Shaw in.
Oh, yeah. I love that card.
Yeah.
That's such a cool card. I like that a lot. Looks like such a badass. Kirby Puckett.
Yeah, which I love this card too. The baby blues.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he's about 4 feet tall. Probably hitting another home run against the Brewers. All right, who else we got?
Tanner Klein pulling up a not quite first ballot Hall of Famer, but still counts. Mr. Harold Baines.
Yes, he might be the most recent from this set, maybe.
Yeah. He looks, that's an interesting image choice, but so be it. Rod Carew.
Oh, yes. Rod Carew.
There we go. Man, that Angels jersey is pretty cool. That's on there's some, I think Ohtani's wearing that in one of the Heritage throwbacks.
Yes, in the Heritage throwback. Absolutely. Yeah, you got the little halo.
Yep. The battery throwing out, let's see, Pete Rose, Dale Murphy, Barry Bonds. Oh, buddy, I think that's the wrong list.
The Hall of Not Fame.
Yeah. All right, Bazooka Tom.
This is the regular set, not the update.
All right, Bazooka Tom says Andre Dawson.
Oh yeah. Anybody remember what team he's on in here?
I mean, 1986. It's got to be the Expos still, doesn't it?
Yep.
It's right hair.
He went to the Cubs.
God, he looks enormous. Like his shoulders look like they're 8 feet across in that photo.
And I believe his waist was like 20 inches around.
All right, then we've got Kevin Blackhurst says Tim Raines.
Yes, Rock Raines, right?
Yep.
His teammate, very good.
Yep. Kate says Steve Carlton, definitely in there.
Yes, we got Steve Carlton. This was right before he made his rounds of several teams in his last 2 seasons. Yes, I love his 88 Fleer card on the Twins, where he just looks like someone forced him to be there and he wants nothing to do with it. Matt Kazil, we'll get to, if you give us a minute, I will get to this question. We're just running through this list here. Dennis Eckersley, here comes some closers. We got Dennis Eckersley, Lee Smith. Oh yeah, here's Lee Smith on the Cubs, and also his teammate. This was before Eck started relieving. I couldn't remember if he was on the Red Sox or the Cubs in that. Yep. All right. Will Sports Cards with a couple good names here. Jack Morris. Yes, another late comer. Yep. Probably the pitcher of the 80s, though. Yeah. And maybe early 90s. Sadly, at least. Yeah. Jim Rice. Yes. Also another one late to the Hall of Fame. He was a monster, especially late 70s, early 80s. Oh, yeah. Alan Trammell. Yep. Another guy went in late, but very deserving. Very deserving. Hell of a satin jacket, too. All right, Cardaholic says Ozzie Smith. Jackets. They never wear those anymore. Yep. Ozzie Smith. Wizard of Oz, yes. Yep. Proof that defense matters.
Okay, a couple guys, Los Bravos and Dan Schweiger say Ted Simmons.
Yes, I was hoping somebody would remember.
Oh yeah.
Remember how you said somebody looked squished down? Well, take a gander at this image.
Oh my goodness. That's the kind of deep lunge, Jeff, that just ends people's days at the gym. Like,
yes, that's a catcher for you. Look how low he's getting.
Oh yeah. Yep. Interesting that Ted Simmons came up before the next guy. Will Sports Card says Gary Carter.
Gary Carter, yes, much more famous catcher.
Yes.
In his day.
Oh yeah. Then we've got, let's see. I think we've gone through. Actually, have we said? We must have.
Somebody said Boggs. I forgot to put Boggs out here.
Yeah, we did say Boggs. Matt McNeil says Mike Schmidt, but did we say Schmidt?
We said Schmidt. Yep.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. What else we got here? Oh, John Hargis says Bruce Sutter. Good call.
Yeah, Bruce Sutter, another reliever. And you know what team he was on in this 86?
I want to say Cardinals, but
you'd want to say it, but you'd be wrong because he was on your Braves.
Jeez.
Look at
that just doesn't look like, that doesn't physically look like one of the 2% of the best baseball players of all time, does it?
No, but that's a Hall of Fame beard right there.
Okay, so here we go. Dave Dixon says Negro. So I'm going to assume he means Phil.
Yes.
Who I assume is
young Phil Niekro here, who is in this photo younger than both Chris and I. Oh man,
that is startling.
Yeah,
like I get it. I mean, why didn't people just bunt every single time? Every single time, make him get off the mound to pick that up and throw
the mound every time. And look at how many stats they tried to fit on the back here.
Oh my God!
There's no way I'm seeing this writing.
Nope. Absolutely not, Jeff. Not even 3 Jack Daniels ago.
No.
All right. Who else? Carlton Fisk.
Have you said him Fisk. Yet? Very good. Yes. Yep. Love those 80s sock uniforms. Socks across the front. There it is.
Okay. All right. All right. I think we've covered most of these guys. Jamie Kerrigan is begging for Cecil Fielder, Blue Jays legend, but not a Hall of Famer.
Sadly not. All right. No. I've got 5 left in my hand.
Okay. Miguel Garcia. I'm sorry to say Fred McGriff is not in 86 tops. He is in 86 Donruss, but didn't make the 86 top set. It's actually kind of blind luck that he's in Donruss.
Yeah.
Just happened to be there on photo day. Matt McNeil says Tony Perez. Not sure if he was active, but looks like
Tony
he was.
Perez.
Oh, I love those double. Who's that? Eric Davis?
Eric Davis.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes. And also look at, the sheer volume of statistics they put on the back of Tony Perez card. It was the very end of his career. Great call on Tony Perez. All right, down to the final 4.
4 cards yet. Battery, yes. Kate Krasky, Bert Blyleven, absolutely.
Yes, Bert Behome Blyleven. This was kind of the year when a lot of these 300-game winners were reaching the end of their career. All the 2-point font, as Professor mentioned.
Oh my God, yeah. All right, let me see. I'm a little bit behind here. Todd Helton, not in the sets. Lou Whitaker is not in the Hall of Fame.
Sadly,
what about Mr. Raleigh Fingers?
Yes. I've been waiting for somebody to mention my boy.
Yep. Good call. Mo Wee, good call.
All right, 2 left.
All right, hold on. I'm a little bit behind. I'm catching up here. Let's see. I believe Tony Gwynn has been said. Kirby Puckett's been said. Gary Carter's been said. Oh, here we go. Mo Wee with Don Sutton.
Don Sutton, another former Brewer, but he was on the Angels. I believe this is 1.5 font on the back of his card.
That honestly, that picture looks like every ligament in his elbow just exploded.
And yet he pitched till he was 45 with a perm. It's great.
All right, Tanner Klein is asking if Goose Gossage.
Goose.
There he is. I remember that card. Look at the chops and the sunglasses.
Yeah, now that's an intimidating set of facial hair right there.
Yeah, you cannot. Don't let your girlfriend anywhere near that guy.
So that's it. That's the stack.
We did it.
We did it. Very good. I'm very impressed.
Good job, everybody.
So if you weren't counting, that's 36 Hall of Famers.
36. Not counting managers, too. So with managers, you said there were 6 other managers, right?
I believe there were 6. We got Dick Williams, Lasorda, Sparky, Tony La Russa. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
I think, yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. Yep. I know Leland's an update. I don't know if he is in
Lasorda. No, Leland was not in there. Yeah, Whitey Herzog, Kate's mentioning. Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, LJB says Eckersley also started. He didn't mean to set me off. Yeah, Eckersley.
Yeah, that's
Eckersley is
when
kind of the guy that proves the rule, right?
At all by then, yeah.
He kind of proves what Jeff and I were saying in a way. I don't want to get too deep into this, but here's a guy who was a good, but not great starting pitcher. And they were like, hey, why don't you just try to get 3 outs at a time? And suddenly he was the best pitcher in the world.
And for his career, he threw four times as many innings as somebody like Billy Wagner. 4 Billy Wagner's careers worth of innings.
Yes, that is Professor's Dugout. That is a perfect. Yeah. All right. So I just wanted to, Jeff, real quick. I told Matt we'd answer his question here. The 2022 Topps Chrome Bobby Witt on-card auto. What product do you pull that from? I believe that's in Topps Chrome. That is in regular Topps Chrome. It's his SP that they forgot to include. And then an update, I think he's got sticker autos. So it's the regular Topps Chrome boxes, not the silver packs. The regular ones. Yeah. But he's got autos and tons of stuff. Tons of stuff.
All right. Moe is calling us out here. Yeah. Let's hope we hear no bad news on any of these Hall of Famers. Oh man, yeah, I certainly hope not. God, I really hope not. But if they do, if you guys could all just forget about this, that would be just great. Forget about we said it. Mango, Mattingly might make it at some point. But it was amazing looking through the 86 top set, and there were so many people when I was collecting it that seemed like surefire Hall of Famers, like Mattingly, like Dale Murphy, like guys who probably would be in the Hall of Fame if it weren't for other circumstances, like Clemens. Yep. But yeah, I don't know. It just goes to show guys that you think are shoo-ins may not make it. And if you look at the back of Harold Baines' baseball card from 1986 versus, say, Dale Murphy, it's crazy. Not even in the same ballpark. No. Look what happened. Although I would question if Dale Murphy were on the ballot, Harold Baines was on. I bet he gets in, but he wasn't, so he didn't. If he was friends with La Russa, also. Yeah. But I was surprised. They had the veterans ballot that McGriff got in on. Mattingly and Murphy were on that one too. And there was a lot of speculation that all 3 of those guys were going to coast in, and Murphy and Mattingly weren't close. And that was surprising. No, and I don't know if that's just because they felt they were so different than a guy like McGriff, who to me is unequivocally deserving. Yeah. And then maybe after they let him in, now they'll look at guys who maybe didn't have the. That's possible. Yeah. McGriff to most of us was the most surprising and appalling snub. Like literally, if he'd hit, 7 home runs? He was 7 shy. Like he would have been in first ballot. Is that where he ended up 493? Yeah, I know he was 1 season shy, and that's when the numbers were huge. Like the 500 home runs meant a lot more than the other things he did. Yeah, some great names here. Batteries throwing out: Murphy, Gooden, Strawberry, Eric Davis. Yeah, those guys seemed like they were sure things. That 86 top set, by the way, Jeff, is an absolute classic. There are some the Gooden card looks great. The Strawberry is great. The Eric Davis card is great. I have a bunch of them in my table here. It's a really good looking set. It's very 80s with the giant names up on top. Giant names and the colors that match. Yeah. Yeah, really good looking stuff in there. Before I finish this trivia, one more question. Of these 36 Hall of Famers, many teams had multiple representatives. Now, this is a little cheating since we've seen them all, but can you tell me which team had the most on here? I'm not retaining a ton of information right now, Jeff. All right. Well, so we'll see if anyone gets that. And anybody in the comments knows it. Yeah. Abel in Vegas asked if we're going to have a get together at the Burbank show. Jeff and I will definitely be there. We'll be there Friday, and I think we'll be there Friday night. So we don't really have anything planned in regards to that. We may kind of sort of casually post on Instagram. We'll be there. So I would love to meet up with some people. If you see us at the show, like Friday toward the end, there's a bar kind of in the back. We'll probably be there having a beer toward the end. Feel free to come say hello. But yeah, we may post something on Instagram. I remember last year when the show was over, we went to trade night. And when that was over, we were starving. We ended up at the bar at the Cheesecake Factory because you could just walk right there from the convention center. So that, always an option. Yeah. But that's we'll be there Friday. I have to leave early Saturday. I'm not sure how long Chris is hanging around Saturday. I think that's when Abel said he'll be there. So
Okay.
But if you're there Friday night, let us know.
Yeah, please. I did actually, Jeff. I know we were going to talk about stuff we liked in Topps Finest, but I totally forgot. There's 2 other Instagram pickups I haven't got a chance to mention yet. So let me do that real quick, if that's okay.
Yes, of course. I'm kind of in internet purgatory, so hopefully I'm still coming through.
Yeah, you're still there. You're still there. All right. So this card, shoot. Now I've done something. No, okay, we go. All right. So real quick, this one just came up a little while ago before the here we go. Now I wanted to mention this because he mentioned us. So this belongs to newbies_cards on Instagram. So he picked up this Heritage Gold Rafael Devers card. Heritage Golds are incredible. They're really thick. They're super shiny. And they're numbered to 5. So you almost never see them, right? Now, rarely, right? Now, the thing I wanted to mention is in his caption here, which is definitely worth reading. He says, and I'm quoting, much to my chagrin, "When I saw this on eBay last week, I knew I had to learn from Baseball Card Addict's mistake that he mentioned on Blabbin' About Slabbin' and jump on this card immediately because it wasn't going to be listed for long." Now, I'm happy if anyone can learn from my mistakes. He twisted the knife a little bit here in the second paragraph, talking about how super happy he was to have this beautiful card. So I am very glad. I'm glad that he got that. And as I told Jeff, like, if anyone can learn from us, and if you know Jeff, you've probably seen the show before, you can guess I make a lot more mistakes than Jeff does. If you can learn from us, I think that's great. Because why is that great, Jeff? As
well,
you said?
I was saying that the more we hear about it, then we'll learn from your mistakes, making our mistakes.
Yes, I think that Jeff is saying it nicely. He's trying to be nicer now. But before the show, he said, maybe if I keep seeing other people learn from my mistakes, I can learn from them learning from me, which I think is pretty accurate.
And this is, in case you forgot, this is all in reference to Chris not buying a card on a buy it now that he should have just bought and instead tried to save a few bucks.
Yes, I jumped through 12 hours worth of hoops to try and save $60 only to get mercilessly screwed because the seller messed up his email address in his message to me. But anyway, Newbert is here. No, this is a great card, man. Congrats on picking this one up. And yeah, you did exactly the right thing. Good for you. Good for you. Because there's only 4 others of this card, Jeff. How many more are we going to see?
Right. Probably none until.
Right. Because there's so much heritage printed. Anyway, all right, one more card, and then we can talk about Topps Finest for a minute.
All right.
But this one had to be mentioned. We talked about it on Spitballing Cards a little bit, the last episode that we uploaded. But our good buddy, Scotty B. Cards at the National, picked up what has to be, I think, one of the greatest dual autos in sports card history, and maybe the single best Stadium Club card ever made, Jeff.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. Look at that.
And that is this Hank Aaron, Willie Mays Stadium Club cosigner from 2003.
Is this where Scotty describe the rarity of these guys in this description of these guys signing together?
Yeah, I believe we talked about it on Spitball. I think that there's less than 200, probably closer to about 100 total cards that have these two guys both on card autos. Really just a spectacular baseball card.
Both big, bold autos.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 2 of the 5 best players of all time. Yep. Probably most people would say 2 of the best 3. Some would say the 2 best. Yep. I wouldn't argue any of it. No. Just an absolutely spectacular card. Really just cool to see. And I was sort of talking with someone else about, like, what's the Stadium Club card that might be better than this? And they were like, well, there are some one of ones of, I'm like, nah.
But even that,
the Ohtani one of one with an auto is going to be with a sticker. So this is better.
Yep.
Anyway, so congrats to Scott on this pickup. I'm very jealous, and I love looking at this. This is one of those cards I've come back to look at periodically.
Yeah, that's a Grail card. We hear that term tossed around quite often, but and if you watched Spitball, and we also talked about how we helped Scotty get there. He was trying to sell some cards to come up with enough funds, and we provided a little bit of that.
Yeah, a very small portion. We bought another Freddie Freeman from him. Which and then afterwards you're like, well, that's dumb. This card looks like crap compared to that dual auto, Jeff. What are we doing?
Yes, of course it was.
Shelly the Turtle with a great point here. Less than 100 if you want. If auto quality is important, and it should be, like there's definitely less than 100. There's going to be a lot of streakiness, a lot of fading. Yeah. So yeah, I probably around 50, maybe less than 50 of autos that still look really good. So just an absolutely incredible card. Shoot him an Instagram follow if you don't already.
Yes, and thanks to everybody who made the guesses. We had a lot of guesses. The Giants, Cubs, Royals, Mets, Red Sox, a couple Red Sox picks, but some people got the correct pick, and that is the Brewers. And that's not including Don Sutton, who is another former Brewer, but they had 4, which is crazy because they were terrible. They were the worst team in baseball in 84, 85, 86, 85. They had the top draft pick, which they took BJ Surhoff, which I've talked about repeatedly, but they did have these Hall of Famers. So another reason to like 86. Yeah,
it's also pretty cheap. And no one's scanning those boxes either, Jeff. So there's a lot of positivity in the 1986 card community.
Cardaholic, that's to be clear, that's not our card. I wish it was.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about the Aaron Mays. That's Scotty B, our friend from Spitballin'. That's his card. So we share the Freeman that we bought, but
yeah, which is just like a speck of dust on that dual auto card, Jeff.
Sadly, yeah,
very sadly. Can we talk about Topps Finest for a minute?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so Topps Finest came out, and the price point that we've discussed ad nauseum is outrageous. Around $300 a box seems completely nuts. However, there is something in this set that I think is really cool. There's an insert set that I've been looking at online, and I really like it. And it's called Finest Moments.
Yeah.
And it's a really interesting checklist. It's not just like the huge names that you would expect. There's a lot of veteran players, and it highlights, as one might expect, big moments, from their careers. So I just want to pull up a couple here and show them. Someone mentioned Andrew Jones earlier, so let's start with that one. And you're just going to have to bear with me here. So
while you're doing that, Brian, you're right about McGriff. It's come up before that he was screwed by that strike. That probably would have been enough to put him over that 500 mark. Yeah. All right, moments.
Yeah. So one thing we complain a little bit sometimes about that Celebracion insert card with Ohtani, where they talked about the helmet, the Japanese helmet, and then the picture, he's not wearing the helmet, which is fantastic.
Right.
So this is Andrew Jones, and on the back, it talks about his finest moment is getting inducted into the Atlanta Braves Hall of Fame. So this is him on that day getting inducted into the Atlanta Braves Hall of Fame. I think that's great. It's an on-card auto. He's got a really great signature, as you can tell.
He does. Yeah.
So I mean, to me, I like this. I like this a lot. If you're a player collector, hopefully they will. And again, Jeff, I'm not super caught up in recent finest sets, so it's possible they did this last year too. I don't know. But there's players sort of on that level. Like this is Torrey Hunter. So Torrey Hunter has a finest moments, and it's on-card auto. And you want to guess? Any guesses what his finest moment would be?
Robbing that catch over the fence
in the All-Star game, right?
All-Star game, yeah.
That's exactly what it is. So this is him. This is him running in with that ball in his glove, and the back talks about it, about how he robbed that home run. I think that's awesome. Hold on, let me get yes. Okay, so then we're gonna talk about this one here. I'll see if you want to guess. So Edgar Martinez has one. Do you want to guess what Edgar Martinez's finest moment was?
That hit in the playoffs against the Yankees.
That's exactly right. A two-run double in extra innings to walk off the Yankees in Game 5 of the division series that year, and that's what this is from. You can even if you really zoom in, you can look at his eyes, like he knows he hit this ball down the line and he's watching it. All again on card autos.
Okay, this kind of came up in our chat, which the design is a little weird because they highlight the Mo, so it's like it seems like a Mo Rivera type deal. But that's awesome that they use actual images from the moment, which is something we've talked about repeatedly. Professor said he pulled a Bartolo Colon moments where it celebrates his home run.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So this is Mark Teixeira, or as he's known in my household, Mark Teixeira. And I couldn't think of what his finest moment would be. I had to look it up, but he hit a walk-off home run in the playoffs.
Did he really? Well, he looks very happy. So
yes, he hit a walk-off for the Yankees in 2009. I think probably against the Twins. And that they got the date, and this is him rounding the bases. You know, it looks like someone explained to him that they won the game, so he's very happy. But these are just really cool. I like looking at these. Here's another one. This Randy Johnson's on the checklist, so this is his. And his finest moment hurts me a little bit. Jeff, you want to take a guess?
He's wearing his Diamondbacks. Man, he's got a lot to choose from. Something from the World Series where he pitched 3 games.
I see. I thought maybe too it could be a World Series. Like he threw, I think, a 13 strikeout shutout.
Yeah.
But this is actually an image from the perfect game he threw against the Braves.
Okay, I can see that. Perfect game is very rare.
Yes. So I mean, so that one's cool. Let me see if there's any other ones that I pulled up here. Hold on. Who was next?
Yeah, Morris Smith. You're right.
All right,
Mango said killing the bird.
I mean,
cool.
That would be
pretty great. Amari Smith and so did Abel. Apparently, that's what everybody's thinking. But thankfully, Cops.
I don't think he would have signed that if I'm.
No.
There's a Dwight Gooden in here, which is cool, and it has a photo actually from 1984, the rookie year that we talked about. I don't think it mentions.
Yeah, I wonder what the moment is because he had a ridiculous amount of strikeouts, like 276 or something.
Yeah, I think it talks about a game where he struck out 16 people, so I'm guessing it's that. I was kind of hoping they would go with like from the All-Star game maybe that year when I think he whiffed like 3 guys in a row or something. But this is really cool. I don't think there's a ton of recent Dwight Gooden autos out there. But I would say like generally, take a look at this checklist and see if there's anything on there that jumps out to you. Oh, here's another good one. This is Mark McGwire. And this is actually an image from his record-setting home run. The
70th home run, right? Or no, is that 60?
I think it's 62. This is the 62, the line drive up the short left field, I think.
Right down the line. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. This is an image from the home run from the 60-second home run.
Yeah.
So this is a fun insert set. I like these. There isn't Acuna on the checklist, Jeff. So I haven't seen it surface yet.
Yeah, you had a lot of people were guessing the no-hitter against the Braves. So good work, guys. Kate knew it was the Barry Bonds home run robbery, and then he kind of like met him in the outfield, Torrey Hunter, and threw him up on his shoulder.
Yeah, that might have been a clue for all of us that Bonds might have been on something, the way he just picked up Torrey Hunter like Torrey Hunter was a child.
Yeah. Williams says Mark Teixeira's finest moment wasn't when he retired.
Oh, it was probably when he signed that contract with the Yankees.
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
All right. There is also on the checklist here. Give me a second. Let me pull this one up. There's a Felix Hernandez. Now, this guy, the seller doesn't show the back, but there is a specific date of August 17th, 2012.
Perfect
game. So I don't know. Yeah, I think
12. Was that when?
Yeah, 2012.
I can't remember.
So maybe this was like I don't know. No hitter, perfect game. I think does he have a perfect game, Jeff?
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought he had a perfect game.
And that's very, very likely what it is. But he looks really young in that picture, so that one's really cool.
It is. I love it that they use the image from the games. That's a great idea.
Yes, I like that a lot. Hold on, let me pull this one up. So there's a Scott Rowland, and it's Scott Rowland getting inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I think that's perfect, right?
Yeah,
that's definitely his career highlight. Bob asks an interesting question here. Is this the kind of stuff that can help beat the scanning issue? More low-numbered sets with unique photos, less chrome, more autos. They are great. From what I understand, autographs are pretty easy. And it sounds like we're getting more information coming out about that, but it sounds like autographs are pretty easy to
find.
Differentiate. So I'm not sure if this is going to be help or not.
This is my early favorite card of the insert series. It's Fred McGriff, also getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. Now, yeah, that Mo behind him is a little bit strange.
Yeah, the design is not great, but the idea is awesome. The images are solid. The autographs are great. So I'll give him some credit.
So while we're not big fans of the price point for finest, and quite frankly, resale value on most of the cards. If there's a card on that checklist, one of those players that you're really interested in, I would wait it out and see how far they dip. But yeah. I think those cards are cool.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, Chris and I put out a video earlier this week about other finest cards from various years that you could buy instead of spending the money on 2024 wax. And some of these cards could be right in there in the next finest video.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, if I could just use that money and buy a couple autos out of the set,
you'd be so happy pulling this from a box. And what are the odds that you're going to pull it? Very rare. And they're probably less than $325, the most of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I also, since we're talking about things we liked, I wanted to also, I mentioned in the Instagram story that we were going to talk about Topps Chrome a little bit. I just want to show everyone my early front runner for my favorite card in all of 2024 Topps Chrome.
Ooh, all right.
Hold on to your hats. Here it comes. Right. It's a Braves player, as you would probably guess, but not for the reason that you would guess. Ready?
Is it going to be just quads? Just a picture of quads?
So it's AJ Smith-Shawver, and it's his rookie autograph.
Right.
And the question is, does he sign his name like this on purpose?
Oh, that's great.
But
I've never seen his autograph, but I would not be surprised if he does that exactly on purpose.
And if my name were like that, you bet your ass that's exactly how I would sign it.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. So I have got to get me one of these. I don't care if he if he never pitches again. I'm going to need one of these cards, Jeff.
Oh, Chris, let me see. William, thank you. William's concerned about you running low on Jack Daniels, so he's providing some money to the Jack Daniels fund. Thank you, William. Oh, that's much appreciated.
Oh, yeah, this is that's please. Simply adding to the Jack Daniels fund. Well, thank you. I don't know how that works, Jeff.
Well, thank you.
All I know is that's in the bank. So I'm going to go ahead and cash that in as we speak.
Yeah, I think he might need it sooner rather than later, William. So thank you.
It's fine. Can I put that towards my hospital stay? Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of this. Okay. But yeah, that AJ Smith-Shawver. Yeah, that's what I should have said. He's got to be doing that on purpose, and that just makes me love the guy even more. Looking forward to him returning next year as well. Yeah. But
was there any other Topps Chrome things you wanted to talk about?
I did actually. We're gonna go back and forth a little bit. I picked up another card actually that sort of ties into what we were just talking about in Finest. Okay. In that video Jeff and I put out, we talked about older Finest cards and how great looking they were.
Yes, we've repeatedly talked about how much we love the 2011, 2012, 2013. Somebody in the comments on that video, Chris, I don't know if you saw, but they were raving about the 2010 Finest set, which I don't know a lot about. So I'm gonna have to check it out a little bit more.
Well, that, Jeff, is what you call a absolutely perfect segue in the world of YouTube baseball card content. Because I recently picked up this 2010.
2010. Hey.
Hold on. I want to make sure Kevin Morales knows I find that really funny. M. Parsons punching the air after seeing that donation for more bourbon. That's all right. I'm pretty sure M. Parsons has already checked out of both our marriage and this YouTube video. So this is Albert Pujols' 2010 Topps Finest card. This is a gold.
I see why he likes it. That's a lot of shine on there.
A lot of shine. This is a gold refractor, and you can see in the background is kind of the St. Louis logo.
Logo. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I've seen a few of these now. That's right. I've seen the Kershaw.
Yes, and I think the Griffey as well. But yeah, these cards are. Amari Smith is right. 2010. These deserve a little bit more attention. So I would, go back if you get a chance, hop on eBay and just look for some guys you might PC. Because the shine on these, like this, that's not exaggerating. I mean,
no,
that's just really, really cool. This is a bit of a glute-centric Albert Pujols card.
Yeah, so I wasn't too far off. I was predicting the last card you showed to be glute-centric, but this is a quad and glute-centric right there.
It is. But again, 2010, 11, 12, 13 Finest are some absolutely gorgeous cards. Check those out.
Yeah, so William, as Chris mentioned, I have seen the Griffey, and I love the Mariners logo in the back. I don't think I've seen the Jeter.
No, I haven't seen the Jeter either. Any of those Jeter golds, like when they pop up on eBay, there's always a Jeter collector trying to put a run together, and they go for a crazy amount. Ah, yes.
Thanks, William. Yeah. So that I think we're gonna have to explore more of those early finest sets because they're real. Jeter is up now, so there must be Jeter gold up on eBay. Yeah, we just have to explore more of those because they're really incredible. And you've talked about a lot on the most recent Spitball and what the changes to the finest set were this year. They went from 125 to 300 cars. I believe back then they were 100, right?
Something like that. Yeah, they've definitely ballooned that checklist up.
Yeah, so the checklist getting to 300 is a little crazy, and I believe they all have different tiers. And the other thing they're doing this year is the parallels are also in different tiers. So you might get a green, and it might be out of 99, or it might be out of 70, or it might be out of 35. So the greens are different depending on which level it is, which seems extremely confusing. I don't think they need to do that, and their lack of consistency is a little frustrating.
It is frustrating. It also just means that like the big rookies are going to have, if you're in 3 tiers, you've got 3 superfractors, 15 reds. Like it just becomes so needlessly complicated, right?
Yeah.
Docs Cards has a question for us regarding math.
Oh boy.
I see a lot of numbers there. I'm just going to tell you, buddy, whatever the odds are, you beat them. You beat the hell out of them to pull 2 of those from a single pack of a 2024 Chrome Blaster. Man, how many of those $45 Chrome Blasters do you get your money back on? And Doc just crushed this one. So congrats, buddy.
In a single pack. Well, yeah, I think somebody at the collation department probably screwed up, but it's your benefit.
Kate with exactly what we're all thinking.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, if you give me a second, Jeff, I'm going to see if I can pull up that gold Jeter.
Yeah. And while you're doing that, that's exactly right, Kate, because it's bad enough that from year to year, we've talked about golds, like Mookie's rookie gold is out of 250, whereas most golds are out of 50 now. So it's hard. It's already hard enough to explain that from year to year, but now from the same year, having to explain why some cards with the same color parallel are numbered to different numbers. Yeah.
In the same set. That's a fantastic looking card. It really is.
Yeah.
There's like you can see a lot of the Yankee logo behind him too.
Yeah, boy, I don't particularly like Jeter cards, but man, that or old Yankees cards. What is that one up for bids, or is it?
It's at a buy it now.
Okay.
Currently, it looks. I mean, this is a really nice looking card. I'm not gonna lie, a really cool set. Yeah, I mean, you're a Yankee fan, you're a finest fan, and by the way, it is worth noting. I'll pull it up here. The buy it now is $300. So if your options are a hobby box, come on.
Yeah.
I should have seen that one and used it in our video, Jeff.
Right, William. We should go on our video and comment about this one, because yes, this would be an ideal substitute for a box of finest where you're paying $5 a card.
Yeah, William, thank you very much for suggesting that. That is that seems like a no-brainer. And also kudos to whoever the seller is, because that photograph is really nice.
Great job on the photo with that much refractor area or material. It's really hard to get a good photo without shadows. So that's great.
So Jeff, similar to Finest Moments from Finest, in Topps Chrome, we got a return of those Legends autos.
Right. Okay.
Which I think we may have mentioned them before. I thought those were cool last year. In regular Topps Chrome, they're all on card, and then an update, they were stickers, so that's trash. But they're back in Topps Chrome. They're all on card. And while unfortunately there is some duplication in the checklist from last year to this year.
That. Yeah, what the overlap would be.
There are some new names, and there are some really cool shots. And I just wanted to share one of my favorites that I saw.
Great.
Which is this. I rarely talk about Sammy Sosa cards, but this is a phenomenal card.
Yeah, boy, Sammy's done himself no favors in his post-career, kind of becoming rather strange and disappearing. But what an electric presence he was when he played, and that's such a cool shot. I love this. I love the design, this year's design. So it's fun to see an older player on it. Great auto too.
Yeah, that's a really, really cool card. I like that card a lot if you're a Cubs fan or a Sosa fan. So a couple other interesting names and some interesting signature styles, if you will. Mr. Eddie Murray is on the checklist. And
nice.
I hope Eddie Murray's okay.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta write your name on a lot of these cards. So
now, to be fair, Jeff, this isn't like a rookie. These are numbered. I think they're like 50, 25, 50, 25, 5 in the super. So there aren't that many.
I get it. Yeah, I know.
But that is also cool. Eddie Murray is super underappreciated for his career numbers are absolutely spectacular.
Switch hitter. Yeah.
Yep. So that one is cool. Oh, go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I think he's a little underappreciated because he just was so low key. He didn't quite have that out there personality of like Dave Parker or some other big hitters of his time. But he just went out there and hit.
And here's a random factoid about Eddie Murray. So he's in the 3,000 hit 500 home run club, very exclusive club. Eddie Murray also hit the ground ball to Fernando Vina that when Albert Bell just trucked Vina into next week.
Yeah, when he was with the Indians.
Yes, it was Eddie Murray that hit that ground ball. Just random little bit of trivia. Anytime you see that highlight.
Twice that game.
Twice that game. Yeah, you want to drop that fact on somebody.
Yeah. Everybody's seen that video.
Yep. All right. So also on that particular in this Legends checklist, Jeff, is this guy. And I think we may have talked about it before, but what a fantastic card.
Yep. And I see that they're definitely targeting fans of our generation who saw Bo Jackson play and were in awe of the crazy things he did on a baseball field. While his career wasn't long, running up the wall, leading off the All-Star game with a home run, breaking the bat over the knee repeatedly, like Jared Kelenic did today, I might add.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that was a great addition to put him in here.
Yeah, and I really like how this card looks. For whatever reason, I feel like a lot of the Nolan Ryan autos we see that come out of these more modern sets, I feel like he's always a Ranger.
Ranger, yeah. And occasionally an Astro, but you rarely see the early.
Yeah, so it's cool to see an older picture. I love that. You don't see pictures with eye black too often these days, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, I can't even especially with pitchers, right?
Right?
Pitcher eye black.
That's definitely an unusual sight. All right, there are a couple other go ahead.
I was going to say Bazooka Tom with a good point. They have to target us at this price point. You're right. They're pricing it away from where kids can appreciate it, and they're like, "Oh, we got to go after the 40-year-olds." And
so here's another name on the list, and is this gentleman here, Hideki Matsui. He definitely has a pretty intense but smaller group of collectors.
Yeah,
and he does not have a lot of on-card autos. I know because I was looking to get one for a friend of mine, and he doesn't have very many. But I will say the most insane thing about this particular auto is that someone on eBay thinks a person's going to spend $3,000.
He doesn't have that few.
No, he doesn't. They're not that passionate either. Here we go. All right, so hold on. There's a couple other names I just wanted to mention here that I think they did a good job.
While you're pulling that up, Kate says they were apparently debating calling the Legend set the Gen X now has disposable income set.
That's appropriate. That's a really good name. And honestly, the checklist, the more like that, I think the way Kate just described it is exactly like, look at this name.
Yeah. An absolute legend in Boston. And the late 90s, there was no one better.
No.
How many batting titles did he have? Did he have 2?
2 in a row. And then the injuries started.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's just really cool. I don't think I've seen a lot of Nomar cards come out of Topps of late. It's possible I missed them, but I don't remember seeing a lot of them. And this is one of the coolest names on the checklist. Let me make it a little bit bigger.
Mango, they're probably going to have to put N Garcia Parra. They probably won't fit the whole thing. Speaking of long names that won't fit on a slab, there's another one. Look at that auto.
Yeah. How cool is this? Fernando Mania was utter insanity back in the day. I don't remember it, but from what I've read about
a little before our time, because he was absolutely dominant coming up as a rookie. They kind of gave him that David Clyde treatment. They threw him out there, and he just kept pitching and kept pitching.
Yeah, all the way to a World Series championship.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is really cool. I don't think he's got a lot of autos either, Jeff. Certainly, since Topps started putting autos and stuff, I don't remember seeing a lot of Fernando autos. So this might be like maybe they signed him, and this is going to be the beginning of some stuff for him. But I know a lot of Dodger fans that when they found out he has autos, they were like, "Where can I get blasters?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Don't buy the blasters. Just go try to find the card for sale." But like I said, there's 50, 25, 5, and a super. So what's that? 81.
I'm glad they have them limited. That's great.
Really limited.
Yeah.
So these are cool. And the one we can't always be positive, Jeff. We do have to kind of throw a cold shower out there every now and again. But those cards are not available in anything but Breakers Delight boxes.
Yeah, I think somebody had mentioned that comment up above. Cardaholic. Got to pay 500 plus just to hope to pull a legend out of a Breakers box. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but it goes to show the way that Fanatics views Breakers as being their bread and butter now, rather than the customer.
Yeah, but I mean I think that's let me start again. If you can pay $500 for that box and see what happens, or most of those Legends autos you can get for way less than that. I'll take the way less. And yeah, Mango Bango, we do need a Mookie Chrome auto. We need it.
Yeah,
it's been 10 years now since the last on-card Mookie Betts auto.
Yeah, and a lot of Dodger fans are waiting. They don't want him, even though it's his rookie year. They don't want him in the Red Sox. They want a Dodgers one.
Yeah, and I totally get that.
William's saying we should check out Finest 02 through 10. Also some great designs. Okay.
I've seen some 2008, 2009, some Pujols and Ichiro stuff. There's some really, really deep dive collectors on Instagram that collect those two guys. So then they have all the parallels, and those designs do look good. I love that the way Finest used to look versus the way Finest looks now. It's night and day. I'm not a fan of what they're trying to do now, but it is what it is. But I agree. Go back. When stuff now gets too expensive, there's better bargains if you just look back.
And buying the singles, the way to go. Oh, sorry. I wanted to just say, Matt said, Ruben said Legend autos will be in all forms of Chrome products next year, which is great to hear. But like we were talking about, I hope they don't do a lot of repetition and overlap, come up with new Legends. It's great to see names like Bo and Fernando in there. I hope they keep doing that.
Yeah, the only way we're okay with the names being recycled is if the images are particularly good. Like they have to be something like a special image. Like if they want to use David Ortiz for a third time, it better be him, homering off the Yankees in the 04 LCS.
Yeah, well, take a cue from their Moments subset and do that. If they're going to have a specific image that you can pinpoint to a game like that I'm all for it.
Yeah, Kate with a good point here about Skenes. I was talking with someone else online about Skenes today, and he basically asked me, what Paul Skenes card do I think he should go after? And I didn't really want to play the game, but so Jeff, I'll ask you, do you want his Topps Chrome? Actually, all the Topps Chrome updates, autos, if they're stickers, those are out immediately, right? And I think it was last week someone mentioned his high number Heritage Red Ink. What did they think it would go for? I mean, the general consensus was around $2,000, I think, right? And I think that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Man, that might be the one.
Yeah, you wonder if all the update autos are going to be stickers, if that's just going to be what it is, or if Fanatics is going to make a change. That would be nice to see.
Yeah, William says he would love to see. I thought I hit it. Yeah, I guess I missed it. Yeah, some more autos from Bonds. I mean, if there's someone made for that Legends set, it would certainly be Bonds. Every time I see him, I can hear that Giants announcer, right? He hits it far. He hits it deep, 700 some odd times.
And for the smaller names, Bazooka Tom throws out a good one here. Card of Dave Roberts stealing second. Great, memorable moment for all baseball fans. Get that on a card, get it autographed.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God. If they had 76 plus 4 printing plates, so we're looking at about 80. Oh my goodness, Jeff. People would go bananas for one of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which actually reminds me. Oh, go ahead.
I'll take a Topps update black Skenes out of 73. Another great option. Love that. Yeah.
That's a great option. Okay. So going back to finest moments, thank you for reminding me, Jeff. I did want to say there was a missed opportunity here, and I kind of understand why Topps did what they did. But this gentleman is on the checklist. And that's just not the image I would have used for Jason Varitek. I maybe they don't want to put other images. You know what I mean, what would you choose, Jeff?
Well, like running out after the World Series, right?
Sure. Either him holding Keith Folk.
Yeah.
Or him shoving his glove in A-Rod's face.
Oh, the A-Rod fight. Yeah. Okay. Well, they're not going to pick a negative.
Can you imagine, though, if that was the picture here of him jabbing his catcher's glove in A-Rod's face and he signed 80 copies of it? I think they'd be $1,000 cards.
Or what about Clemens throwing the bat at Piazza, getting him to sign that card? That would be great, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Professor saying World Series image. Yeah, that's probably what they would pick.
Yeah, I think this is an image from the World Series, but it doesn't say, I guess this is an image from game 1 of the 2024 World Series, but doesn't.
So it's not a specific moment, which is a little unfortunate because the specific moments are.
Yeah, but yeah, it should have been him holding Folk, like the Stadium Club card from last year.
Sports card breakdown. What? Chris, look at this. Talking about Bond 756. I'm the bum who gave up that homer. Is that true?
No way. Really?
I love your Thank you for the compliment and thank you for watching. That's awesome if it's true.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. We've seen you throw that pitch about 50 times.
And you're far from a bum.
Far from a bum.
In that position. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching. Very cool.
Yeah, everyone knows Al Downing's name. I'm sure, you know. Oh, God, I'm trying to think. Yes, Mike Bassick. Yep. Awesome. That's really cool. That's like a near celebrity, Jeff. In fact, I'm going to say that's a celebrity.
It is. I feel like, yeah.
That's one of the most famous balls in baseball history.
It is. We're in the presence of greatness. Thanks, Mike, for tuning in.
Yep. That's really cool.
This is a great idea. Abel says he'd like to see Topps do more father-son dual autos. Guerrero, Bichette, Biggio. I mean, Tatis. There's a lot that you could do with this, and that's something you could see in Heritage probably. See Heritage dual autos.
It sounds just the name sounds like that's the set it would belong in, right?
Yeah.
I'm really excited for high number Heritage this year, Jeff, because the red inks are going to be just nasty with the rookies that we have and the design, and we should get some great duels. Maybe if Betts won't sign, Jeff, there could be an Ohtani Freeman dual auto in there, and we're going to have to find.
I know
that.
You're going to be targeting that. Yeah.
So there was a question here with Fanatics about possibly doing dual sport autos because they'll own licenses. And Kate here has an option here talking about a Mahomes dual auto. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Mahomes plays in Kansas City.
That's right.
So, I mean, a Mahomes, Bobby Witt Jr. dual auto, I feel like that would be pretty cool, but I don't know who the football fans want that more. Would baseball fans want that more? That would just be really cool.
Yeah. And somebody earlier had mentioned about cross sports. I can't remember in the comments, but that's, Kate's saying Pat Mahomes. Nice. Yeah, was a major leaguer. Yeah, that'd be a great father-son way. To get him on there. Yes, since they got the license, we've been talking both here and on Spitball about some of our dream cards and thinking of like the cities, and you could get like Giannis, Robin Yount, cross-generation card for Milwaukee. And I'd imagine they'll probably do something like that because once they have all the licenses for both the teams and the players unions, I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Or I mean, if he continues to factory, a Giannis Churio card could be pretty cool.
There you go. Sure.
Yeah. The Holiday family. And I think there's another holiday on the way. So that could be a triple auto in 5 years.
There is another holiday on the way. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mango. He was the one saying he wants a Mahomes, Luka, Ohtani because they were all rookies in the same year. That'd be great. Yeah. Like a rookie flashback to 2018.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that would
we
have
could
to be a one of one.
show where we come up with these ideas and then send our bill over to Fanatics.
Right? Yeah, Adaldis. I mean, I don't know what I don't know what the licensing would be. They can't just put like a random like I made a comment about how his SSP could be like Skenes' update SSP could be him with Livy Dunn at like the MLB gala or something.
Yeah, the red carpet. Yeah,
but I think they would obviously have to pay her to use her likeness on a card. I mean,
yeah,
and she's like one of the highest paid college athletes in the country, so it would not be cheap. So I doubt they're going to do that. It would probably cost them more to put her on the card than it would to put Skenes on the card. So I doubt we're going to see that. But a dual auto would be pretty cool,
and it'd be great marketing for them too. So
yeah, I mean they both won NCAA championships in their respective sports. So I mean that would be an incredible card. Boy, LSU is in some kind of run, huh? Anyway.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so Mahomes was 2017 rookie, so they weren't exactly the same year. But yeah, we get it. All rookies around the same time. Doc's throwing out a chipper. Dominique Wilkins, Matt Ryan, Atlanta triple feature. Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I mean the opportunities are endless.
Yes.
So we'll just have to see, how long it takes.
The sad thing is, though, also the price point on any product that has those cards is going to be so outrageous that it's not going to be something we're going to be able to break at home, which is probably unfortunate.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're right. If that's in Dynasty, those are going to be like $3,000 boxes. And we're going to pull like a Luke Voigt auto or something and just want to burn our houses down.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, yeah. William Stokinger. That'd be pretty good. Wow.
Yeah, as long as Skenes pans out, right? Otherwise, it's going to be like some of those cards where you got the one person that doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good point. Man, would you go Crosby or Lemieux if you got to pick one there? I don't know.
I'd probably go Lemieux just because I know him better from when I actually watched hockey, but
Sidney Crosby is nuts. Sidney Crosby has won just about every single trophy in a championship that exists in hockey for someone who's like 16 to a full adult. If there was a tournament, like he's won it. It's crazy. The Ohtani Darth Vader. That's pretty good. Oh, actually, Kate with a good point. We forgot about that card, Jeff. The Paul Skenes debut patch card.
Yeah.
What is David Adams Card World bounty going to be on that card?
Paul Skenes.
$500,000?
If it was 200,000, was that what it was last year, or 150 for Volpe?
150 for Volpe.
Yeah. Yeah, Jared. I know they've got the dual. It's leaf stickers. I want an on card. If you're going to do it, you can do it.
If you're going to do it, you got to do it.
300K. Yeah, I think they realized their bounties might have been too high last year, but for Skenes, I don't know. Sky's the limit.
Literally, the sky is the limit. Man, now that I've accepted the Braves are not a legitimate contender, I'm going to start watching Pirates games. I want the Pirates in the playoffs, Jeff. I want to see Paul Skenes start a Division Series game. I want to see it. I want to see it bad. I want to see the higher seed team freaking out, getting really nervous. And that's must see baseball TV.
Yes, for sure. I'm there with you.
Not the Brewers though. Not the Brewers.
Maybe the first game.
Yeah. I wouldn't even don't even throw a good starter.
Abel blowout it was David Adams with the bounty, not blowout.
Yeah, and there is video of it getting pulled, which is pretty insane. All right. Well, Tanner says, "Be glad I didn't watch the Bucks this week." So, all right, fair enough.
They're sliding back down. Okay. All right, Chris, we're at about 2 hours. It's getting late here where I am, and I'm sure the chicken chunks are calling you. So,
one more thing, Jeff, and then we can go. Ready? Yeah. So, as you know, in this chat, I'm married and I love sports cards. And one thing I like to do occasionally is purchase a card for my wife. Now, mind you, she has never once in her entire life said, "Hey, I would like you to buy me a sports card." So I bought her a card, and I'm excited to show it to you guys. All right. I bought her a card of what I think is one of her 5 favorite athletes, I think. Are you ready?
Okay.
I'm wondering what the odds are, Jeff. You know who this is.
I mean, once you show it?
That's a good point. With the Olympics going on, it was pretty apt. So this is Misty May Trainer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Beach volleyball player. One of the greatest beach volleyball players of all time.
Yeah.
So I got this for her, and I was excited to give it to her.
Love it.
Love, as you know, Jeff, as I've said many times, love is a strong word. But this is a really cool card, and her signature isn't ideal. It looks like the first letter she writes is an L.
Yeah,
but
look like it.
But yeah, Spider Anaheim, you're right. The 87 Topps McGriff is her favorite. It is her favorite baseball card. It's a lot of women's favorite baseball card, and if I'm honest, it's a lot of guys' favorite card too. But this is a really cool Misty May card. Obviously, she doesn't have a ton of autos, So I got this for her, and it was met with, as you might guess, an eye roll.
Hey, William, give me a break. I do know who Misty May is. Misty May Trainer. And isn't she married to a baseball player?
Yeah, Matt Trainer.
Matt Trainer, I want to say.
Matt Trainer, yeah, of the Marlins, I believe, briefly. But yeah, I thought this was cool. A little piece of Americana here. I'm gonna try to find her the Carrie Walsh so she can have the set.
Yeah, duo.
So anyway, she said, "Was the card free?" I said no. Then she said, "You're an idiot."
Oh, man.
Which is, if you know my wife, that's kind of how she says thank you and how she says I love you, or at least that's what I tell my therapist. But so I'm wondering if eBay accepts wife says I'm an idiot as an excuse for a return. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments.
Wow, what a nice, friendly, husbandly thing to do, and
right?
Underappreciated.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that.
I guess you just got to stick with the Philly Fanatic when you're looking for cards.
Or gritty. The gritty jumbo card is still the big win.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the Mr. Rogers at a pro set in like 1991.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I think your chicken chunks are waiting for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's an eye roll waiting for me, but
Kate has a good point. If eBay permitted that excuse, I think a much larger proportion of cards would be returned.
You're right. I mean, yeah. What percentage, Jeff? Like 80% of cards would be sent back?
Yeah.
Kate, that's really funny.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We appreciate you spending another Thursday evening or night, wherever you happen to be, with us. Anything you want to say, Chris?
I think Jamie Kerrigan hits the nail on the head here. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Jeff, you do it. There we go. And real quick, the battery here, some excellent advice. Your wife asks if something was free. The answer is always yes. It's like in Ghostbusters.
eBay's giving away autographs. Yes.
Yeah. It's like in Ghostbusters, Jeff. When someone asks if you're a god, you say yes.
Mango, yes. Please hit the likes. Call your parents. Please subscribe if you haven't. Check out the video we posted this week about Finest if you're looking for other Finest options besides the wax. And we'll catch you next week. See ya.